Hello, and welcome once again to the Dental Marketing Mastery Series. This podcast is brought to you by dentalwebcontent.com and New Patients Incorporated. I'm Howie Horrocks, the founder of New Patients Incorporated. Along with me once again is my friend and partner and the president of New Patients Incorporated, Mark Dilatush. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to our podcast. And we're happy to be with you, and we're happy that you're out there listening to us. Aren't we, Mark?
Hi, Howie. Yes, Hi. Of course we are. Anyone who's exercising, listening to us deserves all the content that they get.
That's great.
Right?
Oh, do you want me to ask you about your fishing trip or not?
No.
Okay, we'll skip that. We'll save that for another time.
That's good.
I liked it. I like to hear about it, but maybe not everybody's in that same boat, so to speak. Today, let's talk about how to claim your dental market, or subtitled, It's Mine, You Can't Have It.
That's right. That's right. It's the claiming your dental market is the nice way to put it. And this is mine, you can't have it is the 6-year-old way to put it.
Okay, well, men are basically 6-year-olds.
That's true. That's true. So here's what we mean. And I don't know if we can get all this in one podcast. If we can't, we'll do multiples. Most of the people who engage with us, or many of them, I'm not going to say most, I'm going to say many, they kind of have a mindset that I'm disappointed in what I did previously, and I'm looking for the one thing that's going to help me next. So this marketing thing that I just did didn't really work out as well as I expected, and now I'm looking for the next one thing.
Yes, the silver bullet syndrome.
Yeah, the silver bullet, instant gratification,
shiny object,
short term, all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
and all of those things that these people are looking for are the reasons why they're not successful with their dental marketing. Okay. There's nothing in dental marketing that anybody can do in short order, short defined as, let's say, less than 90 days. That's going to just, blow your mind with incredible quality new patients or phones flying off the hook, and it lasts forever. Okay. No. And nobody has one thing. There isn't one thing, a singular thing that dentists can do to promote their practices, to get high quality new patients forever. Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But there's literally tens of thousands of dentists out there searching for this. Basically, it's a unicorn or Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Unless you've seen Bigfoot, then it's a unicorn.
Well, I have. But
okay. Well, that's right. You're from Seattle. So everybody in Seattle has seen Bigfoot. So
yeah.
Okay. So what do we mean by staking your claim, or it's mine and you can't have it? What we mean is, in every dental market in the country, every dental office has a location. You can draw a circle around that location anywhere, in any dental office in the U.S. You draw a circle of distance. The distance, if it's sparsely populated, will be wide. Densely populated, the circle will be small. And when we say, this is mine, you can't have it, what we're saying is, I'm going to use my marketing dollar wisely to promote only to the people who I believe are going to become the best quality new patients in the circle around my practice. And right. I don't care how you promote your practice. It doesn't matter to me. But these people are mine, and you can't have them.
Right. And if you consider that over the course of your career, that geographic grouping, now this is assuming that you're not a destination practice. There are some of those out there, and there are always going to be people outside that area that will come to you. But in the main, this circumference or this circle, right, that's your universe for your career. And unless you sell or move, and then you'll have a new universe. Right. But that's where you're going to operate from. That's how you're going to make your living, and your staff, how you're going to pay your staff's wages, is operating in that little universe. And it really comes down to how are you going to dominate it? How are you going to get the word out in as many different avenues as there are available to you and within your budget, and how well you do, and what kind of quality you put into the communication to that area.
Right. So when we say staking your claim, it's kind of like the old days when the miners would cross the plains and cross the Rockies and hit California and, I don't know, shoot each other a couple times and and find gold, right? The gold rush days. They were staking their claim. It's basically kind of it's a couple hundred years later, but it's kind of the same. Right? You're opening up a practice, you buy a practice, or maybe you've had a practice for 15 or 20 years, and maybe you're one of those folks who is, just going year to year, trying this, trying that, and nothing singular is really working or hasn't worked. And you're frustrated and you're just wondering, what's wrong with me? Right? Well, one of the keys to staking your claim is finally coming to the realization that it's not one thing. It's never one thing. It's never been one thing that makes dental practices successful in staking their claim. There are many, many pieces that fit, jigsaw puzzle pieces that fit into the picture of properly staking your claim. In the old days, Howie, listen to me. Whole day, 30 years ago. You could have a sign, right? You could have an ad in the Yellow Pages. And that was basically staking your claim.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, right?
Yep.
Didn't have to do nothing. Just be a dentist. Dental insurance is about 40, 45 years old. That brought about $30 billion into the marketplace. And all of a sudden, patients were willing to go see a dentist. So the market got fueled, set on fire, and dentists were fine for years.
Yeah.
And, but sometime about 30 years ago, a little more than that, probably 35 years ago, dentists' cheese was moved. They had dentists who were allowed to advertise. Lots of them.
Yeah, it used to be illegal.
It used to be illegal, right? And then the advancements in dentistry created new services, new service niches, new what I call auxiliary services, new technologies, even new conveniences were added. All of these things were totally and completely unknown to the dental consumer. And somehow, some way, the dental consumer needed to learn about these things. And for the most part, honestly, that's how we go out and stake claims.
Right. It's more of an educational aspect to it, which we will continue talking about once we come back from break. So don't go away. Hello, everybody. This is Howie Horrocks, and along with me is Mark Dilatush, the president of New Patients Incorporated. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, Howie. How are you? This is the part of the podcast where we get to brag about our company.
Yay.
So sometimes it gets lost in all these podcasts what New Patients Incorporated actually does. We have, I don't know how many podcasts, 75, 80, one a week for well over a year. And all of you listen to these a half hour at a time, and you might lose sight of what we do. So here's the short answer. We do everything we're talking about in these podcasts on behalf of our clients. Okay. The podcasts are there for our clients, of course, just so they understand what the heck we're doing, but also for the doctors who are do-it-yourselfers. If you're not a do-it-yourselfer and you want someone to do this for you, newpatientsinc.com. There's an icon in the dead center at the top of our homepage where you can get a complimentary marketing plan. A series of questions will need to be completed. And once you complete that, we will analyze your market area, develop a marketing plan, and get on the phone with you, discuss all the sections of the marketing plan, just to make sure you understand a couple of things: what you're up against, what your expectations should be, and what Mark and Howie would do if we owned your dental practice.
All right, we are back. We're talking about the advancement in consumer interest and also the availability of more services, ancillary or auxiliary type services that dentists can deliver, and how to go about doing that.
Right, and how it helps you stake your claim for your market.
Exactly.
We started out with a little circle around your practice. Could be 3 miles, 5 miles, 15 miles. If you're in Montana, it might be 80 miles. But that's your circle, that's your universe. And how do you build the biggest, baddest, nicest, funnest practice surrounded by the biggest, nicest, funnest patients, so you can have the biggest, nicest, funnest team and everybody can be successful and happy? How do you do that? And it's really staking your claim. In the old days, it was easy. You just put up a shingle, take a yellow page ad maybe, and people called you. And once they came in, you could educate them. But then dentistry went through 25, 30 years worth of, some would say even radical clinical change for the better, better treatment modality, better everything for the patient. There's this gigantic void of information going out to the general public. General public had no idea you could do these things. They still don't. For the most part, they still have no clue. Okay.
Well, yeah, and part of that's due to the rapidity of new technology. I mean, it's even hard for dentists to keep up, let alone, even an interested public. It's tough.
Right. So when we reference all this with staking your claim in the evolution of dentistry as a business over the years, staking your claim became more than doing one or two things. It's now become doing 6, 7, or 8. In the old days, you could mess up your yellow page ad and you'd still get calls. In these days, you can mess up less and be successful. It takes far more, how do I say this without sounding conceited? It takes a heck of a lot more knowledge, finesse, testing, experience to not make mistakes than it used to. How's that?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Accurate.
Right. Now, one of the things in all your markets, everybody listening to this, that is sort of artificially it's not staking your claim, it's artificially identifying your claim, is just the sheer volume of dentists who are using price incentives to promote dentistry. And when I say price incentives, I mean primarily price incentives. If you hear an ad on TV or see a TV ad or hear a radio ad or you see a mail or a postcard or a Facebook post, I don't care, in online, on a website, doesn't matter, offline, if you see that and there's a starburst on there that says special offer, take advantage now, order now and you get a package of sweat socks, whatever, if you see that as the primary motivator of a response, then all those people who are promoting that way are all being lumped in the same category by the consumer. That acceleration, that volume is shaping the consumer market. It's actually dividing the consumer market. It's dividing the consumer market into those who will choose a healthcare provider primarily based on a price incentive and those who will not choose a healthcare provider primarily based on a price incentive. The more price incentive laden commercials, ads, mailers, whatever, that consumers see, the more those practices are branded in their minds as basically the cheap dentist in town. Now, there's nothing wrong with being the cheap dentist in town. This is
not at all.
This is not a series of judgments. This is business. Okay. Having a business model as the low price option in town is a very viable business model in dentistry. So this is not at all judgmental. But for the vast majority of our clients, they want to either build or maintain or eventually transition into more of the fee-for-service model.
Right. They've already, some of them have already gone down the postcard war route, and
right.
They're tired of it.
Right.
So they want an upgrade.
Right. So that doesn't mean it doesn't mean that the low price model or the low price business model is not a successful one, because it is and it can be. All it really means is that if the market is split, let's say it's split almost in two, staking your claim is easily identifiable. You can either A, promote more heavily or promote a more aggressive offer, or B, target your market and don't really promote offers at all.
Yeah.
And that's staking your claim. You're basically saying, I want to find gold. That's my cave over there. I think that cave's going to have more gold in it than these other 19 caves over here, or this river, or this riverbed, or what have you. So I'm going to pour my resources into this claim. This is mine, and you can't have it. That's where that comes from. So you need to identify way in advance which half of this dental consumer market you want to focus on. If you want to focus on the price incentive side, you can do so for normally a reduced amount of time. I mean, the bell curve on price incentives, especially through offline promotion, will last 28 to 31 months before you start spending the same amount of money for less result. Online, it can last forever, but you normally have to draw in from a wider geographic region online when you're dealing with promotion-laden advertising. If you're going to choose to promote your practice based on the benefits of the dentistry you provide, the bell curve can be nearly endless. The geography is normally a slight wider. People looking for dentists not based on incentives, but people looking for dentists based on the quality of the office and the services and amenities and technologies and such. People like that are normally willing to drive a bit further to get the right office. If they've experienced an office they don't like in the past and they'll drive. They've already proven they'll drive a lot further.
Oh yeah, a bad experience in a in a practice is like it's a piece of cement that stays there in their heads. They're not going to want to go near that again.
No. So basically, when we say staking your claim, or this is mine and you can't have it, what I'm saying is saying two things. You got to identify who are you? Like, what type of a practice do you want? Once you say the words, either big PPO type practice, or eventually I'd like to have a fee for service practice. Once you identify what type of practice you want, you've pretty much identified which part of the market that you want to apply your marketing budget to. That is staking your claim. And if your answer is, I want everyone in the market, you're not staking a claim. You're the annoying guy from Wyoming just running around taking bits of gold from everybody's mine. Okay. And you're going to be a broke guy or gal. Okay. Yeah. That's a great way to lose your money on marketing. Because basically what you'll be doing there is you won't be competitive in the low end, and you're going to be alienating the top end, and you won't be doing either of it well. So you pretty much need to make a choice and then go stake your claim.
Awesome. Very nice. Well, thank you out there for listening to us. And, we're going to end off today, and we hope to have you back next week. All right. Bye now.
We hope you've enjoyed our podcast today. You can find more podcasts on our YouTube channel, on Stitcher, and iTunes. Also on our websites, dentalwebcontent.com and newpatientsinc.com.